What was the biggest lie you were told?
It's not that simple.
Why not?
No, that's the biggest lie I was ever told. It's not that simple. And it's a lie they tell you over and over again.
What's not simple?
Any of it. All of it.
So what's the truth?
That it is. That if you just do the thing that they tell you you can't, then it's done. And you realize it is that simple.
So you want to be normal. So you just want to be like everybody else that roams the world, not knowing the power that's in them. Being fine with being mediocre.
I want nothing but perfection. Preparation. If you're not prepared, you're not going to be able to be calm, right? And I want to be calm. I don't want to have to worry about my streamline, how many kicks I'm going to take, this, that, or the other. I want to just let it all go and be in that moment. Because when you're in the moment, that's the best chance for you to get the best result.
And I was like, let me give 100% to this cause. I really want to be the best. I really want to win. So, you know what? Let me really work at this and give my all. So it's all about consistency and strength for me. Because if I'm in good shape, I'm in no worries. I'm not worried because I know how talented I am and I know how good I am. So I know if I'm in good shape, I'm going to win.
I mean, we talk about hard work all the time. It's like, man, if you got to get up every single morning and remind yourself how hard you need to work, you probably need to choose a different profession because that shouldn't be there. I wake up in the morning excited to get to it. If I'm not training, I'm missing it. If I'm not watching a game of basketball, I miss it. There's no place I'd rather be. And if you have that feeling, then you're truly doing what God has put you on this earth to do.
But if I want to be the best, I got to beat the best. And this is where the best are. I worked really hard because I developed this work ethic in high school, and I realized, man, if I want to be good, I got to wake up in the morning and I got to do the extra work. And I got to show up when other guys aren't. And I've got to learn. I've got to continue to be open to learning. Focus on what you can control. Focus on what you're getting, not what anyone else is getting. Whenever you get an opportunity, you take advantage of it. You treat it like it's the Super Bowl. You treat it like it's game day. Go out there and treat practice like no one else does every single day.
Why is it that people in that case, if they do have nothing to lose, still feel like they have lots to lose?
They have nothing objectively to lose. And so everything that they feel like they have to lose is purely made up in their mind. It's stories they tell themselves about what other people are going to think about them, right? But that's where they live all of their lives or live out all of the potential downside is in the mere reflection of what other people will think about them in the future should they fail. I think I'm a big believer in shame only exists in the shadows, which is once you put it in the light, you look at it and you're like, but that confrontation from here to here is I think where all the fear is because it's embarrassing.
I'm only human. I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Whatever we want, we can do. I dreamed it, I wrote it down, I believed it. The first thing is belief. You gotta believe first. You ain't gonna never get to where you're trying to get to. I believe. I knew from the beginning I was the best boxer, from day one.
Never settle for less. There's always room to grow. So I just wanna grow.
And then just work like hell. You just have to put in, 80 to 100 hour weeks every week. That all those things improve the odds of success. Other people are putting in 40-hour work weeks and you're putting in 100-hour work weeks. Then even if you're doing the same thing, you will achieve in 4 months what it takes them a year to achieve.
And some days you just don't feel like showing up, but you have to show up. That's one thing that I've learned. Not every day you show up great, but you show up. And you still perform, and if you win, great, and if you don't win, that's okay because you show up for another day. I never wanted to lose, but unfortunately, I think when you do lose, you learn some of your biggest lessons, and every loss that I had, I needed that to actually become this person had I not taken some of those really, really hard falls.
Because if you're thinking, then you're not taking action. And if you're not taking action, then there's no consequence. And if there's no consequence, then there's nothing to be afraid of. So I think that the overthinking can be an excuse for actual fear. And same thing with I'm a perfectionist. That's also fear. It's fear of not being perfect. And then on top of that, low confidence. Well, if you have low confidence, guess what? You're afraid. Your confidence is low. You're not sure of yourself. So you sit around and think about doing it instead of actually doing it. If you're so smart, why can't you come up with a quick solution? Why can't you realize that overthinking is actually causing the problem harm? It's not moving the problem forward. So quit thinking so much and take action.
I don't know what that dream is that you have, I don't care how far-fetched it might appear to be. I don't care how disappointing it might have been as you've been working toward that dream. But here's what I know, that dream that you're holding in your mind, that it's possible. Let's say that together, please. It's possible. See, sometimes we can't say, I can do that. But what we can say, that it's possible that I can have my dream as we run toward it, as we work on it day in and day out, that in the process of working on your dreams, you are going to incur a lot of disappointment, a lot of failure, a lot of pain, a lot of setbacks, a lot of defeats. But in the process of doing that, you will discover some things about yourself that you don't know right now. What you will realize is that you have greatness within you. What you'll realize is that you're more powerful than you can ever begin to imagine. What you will realize is that you're greater than your circumstances, that you don't have to go through life being a victim.
Once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing.
Your grasp should always be just outside your reach. What's the point in having ambitions if they aren't seemingly unattainable? Adam wants to know, tell me how to succeed as in motivation. I can't tell you that. You have to find your own motivation, can't rely on other people.
I don't want to need help. I don't need you. That's what it was. That's what it is. Somewhere a long time ago, I needed somebody and they didn't do it. And so I decided at that point, I guess, I don't need you. The only person I need is me. And I'll be damned if I'm ever gonna need somebody. I ain't needing somebody. I'll be damned if I'm ever gonna need somebody again.
He practices an art that very few people appreciate, and it's the art of the maximized life.
Discipline is art too.
There's a great benefit to going through anything difficult. And if you're aware, like in advance and while and during, like anything that's gonna happen that's very difficult and troubling. The great benefit is it gives you an opportunity to grow. It gives you an opportunity to express yourself under pressure, to show your character, to show who you truly are. It gives you an opportunity to see how you handle a very difficult situation.
I think you have to take care a little bit of your body, but without obsession. If you start today, you're gonna have benefits in the future. Doesn't matter the time. What is important is what you want to achieve.
Be great at doing what you love to do. You got to commit to it. You can't want something but not put in the work. And it doesn't matter what you're doing in life, no matter what it is. It could be a professional athlete or it could be an artist. It could be anything in the world, but you got to put the work in. And I think if you put the work in, the results will happen organically. And most important, you got to find happiness too. If you're having fun, enjoying what you're doing, then it just makes it so much easier. It makes it so much easier to just you want to do it every day because it's something that you really enjoy doing and you don't look at it as work.
But you just keep doing the right thing, and most importantly, you got to be consistent, right? You can't just do it once or twice. You got to do it all the time, and it's the little things that add up more than the big things. So I always think the balance of intensity versus consistency. So intensity is something like this. You've come in for 3 days, it's an intense time, it's intense education, you're on this, and anything intense is easily measured and captured in time. But consistency is the little stuff that is innocuous and doesn't seem to do anything, like saying good morning, in the hallway. Well, that does nothing if you do it once, but what if you do it every day? It's the boring, mundane, daily little things